Hello everyone. Welcome to the first tutorial in how to use Nearpod. So I am super excited to share this tool with you. I love Nearpod. I love the ease of Nearpod, and I love what you can do with student engagement around using this tool. So I think you're gonna just very much find, no matter what you teach, no matter what subject you teach, there is something that you can use Nearpod for. And it is a fantastic tool for both asynchronous learning as well as synchronous learning. So, hang on while we walk through this the tutorials on how to use this tool, and you're going to see how fantastic it is just all for yourself. All right, let's go ahead and get started. In this first tutorial video, I'm going to break these videos down again into small little pieces. So we're just going to do little things at one time. I considered doing a big overview picture, and I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to dive in and show you different pieces of this, and then we'll put it all together into the big picture. So to start off with, we have to create your account. Now we have a district license, and so the first thing you're going to want to do is head out to nearpod.com. Once you're out here, if you click on this little login button, and you are going to want to log in with Google. And this should associate your district account with Nearpod. Now, if you're having some difficulties with this, or if it feels like you don't have the resources that other people are having or things like that, please let me know. They uploaded all of our accounts, and so sometimes mistakes happen. And you may have received an email with a password to get in. You can use that as well, or like I say, you can log in with Google. But if you have any difficulties, let me know. We'll get you taken care of. Okay, so now we're logged in, and this is what the dashboard essentially looks like. Yours might look a little different than mine because I have lessons that are already on my dashboard. And so that might be the difference. But you're going to notice on the left-hand side that you will have a navigation bar, and this is going to give you lots of different features. And we'll get into this as we go along. Like I say, I don't think I want to overwhelm at first and give a big overview, but let's just dive into the simple part of this, and then we'll move forward from there. So, but we use Nearpod right through Canvas. And so this is probably one of the only times you're going to ever come out to nearpod.com and you're going to use your tool here. What is a better habit and better practice to get into is to go right into your Canvas. Let me move myself here for a minute, is to go into your Canvas course. In your Canvas course, in fact, let me just go home here. Sorry, I had that open from something else I was doing earlier. So you come home in your home page of your course, and this has been added as an LTI to all accounts in the district. And so as you're looking through the course navigation bar, you're going to run into Nearpod. When you click into Nearpod, this is going to open up that exact same page that we had seen when we were at nearpod.com. It just opens it in Canvas. And so now you're already working in Canvas on different things. You can just open up Nearpod and work right here within Canvas environment as well. Now, if you clicked on Nearpod and it's asking you to create an account, something like that, go ahead and re-log in. You might have to do that one time. Log in with Google, and then it will link your account right here into Canvas. And then you shouldn't in the future have to log in anymore. It just keeps you logged in. And so you'll just, again, click on Nearpod in Canvas. In any of your classes, it doesn't matter what class you're in, you should see Nearpod there, and you can start working on it. And then this content becomes available to you no matter what class that you're in. So if you create it in one class and you go into a different class, the lesson will still be in that different class. Does that make sense? So it's like this is a separate platform, but you're just doing the work in Canvas so that you don't have to go out. Okay, so there's a lot of different features here, but I think what we're going to do first is we're just going to jump into creating a lesson, because I want to show you how easy it is to do this, and then we'll get into the other parts later. So you're going to notice on the left-hand side, here's a lesson in Nearpod, and there's another lesson in Google Slides, or a video feature. So if we create a new lesson, that's what we're going to go ahead and we're going to start there. So I'm going to click on lesson in Nearpod. And once I click on that, it's going to bring me up to this page. There's a couple of different features here on this page. So the basis of Nearpod is that it is a presentation tool. It's Google Slides, PowerPoint. It's a presentation tool where you create slides, plain and simple. But with this tool, if you've already created slides in PowerPoint, or you say, oh, I already have like 50 slides lessons from in Google already, now what do I do about that? I don't want to recreate them. No worries, you don't have to. So we're going to start there because I'm going to guess everybody has a presentation already created in Google Drive. And so that's going to be our starting off point, and then we're going to move forward from there. So within this setting, you're going to notice right here, you have a button to upload files. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to ask me where I want to grab them from. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Google Drive, and it's going to take a minute while it opens up your drive for you. And don't laugh at how messy my drive is. It probably looks like my computer homepage. I mean, everything. Yeah. Too many things going on, right? So now you can look through the different pieces, and you know by the color code what it is. So we're looking for the yellow little box, and that yellow little box is going to be a slide presentation. So if you're looking for that presentation, you can look there, or you can search. I'm going to go ahead and search for a presentation that I have already created. So I know I have this, and now I want to do something with it. So this is a great presentation, but I know it can be better. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. Oops, I'm going to actually go over here because that was a demo one I did. So I'm going to come over here to my Google Maps, and I'm just going to select it because I know that's the presentation I want. And I want it to be in individual slides. This will bring it over so that I can see every single slide, and that way I can know where to put different slides. This is going to be the one you use virtually all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, making individual slides. It takes a couple minutes while it processes this. So while it's processing that, let me tell you a little bit about how this works. So in Nearpod, you can create your own slideshows from scratch if you want to. Or you can do what we're doing right now, and you can upload a slide presentation right here into Nearpod. It doesn't change your slideshow in Google Slides. It just creates a copy of it and puts that copy in Nearpod. And then whatever you do to that copy in Nearpod, it stays as that copy in Nearpod, and it doesn't change anything on your Google Drive. So that's probably a pretty important note to make. So you always have your original copy. Now, the other thing that we're going to get to, you can bring this into Nearpod, which we're doing right now, or you can have an add-on in your Google Slides in your Drive so that when you're creating a slide presentation, you can also add the different features right there in Google Slides, and you don't have to go out to Nearpod, you don't have to go out to Canvas, nothing. While you're creating it in Google Slides, you can just add them in there. So that's a video for another time, but I wanted to bring that to your attention. All right, I'm going to pause the video for just a minute while it finishes uploading so that I don't waste your time. So I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for hanging in there. It took it took about 5 or 6 minutes for this to upload. So it just depends, I suppose, on how busy things are and how good the Wi-Fi and stuff is. So, but what happened is now my Google Slides presentation is brought into Nearpod. And these slides are exactly the slides that I had in my presentation in Google Slides. So that is perfect. But now I want to show you the beauty of what you can do once you have your slideshow here. So you can add different features into here. So let's go ahead and click on Add Slide. And I want to show you 2 different types of slides to add in. The first one is content slides. And in a content slide, you can add, like most of them say, you can add video, you can add simulations. So if you're doing math or if you're doing science and you want some simulations, these are phenomenal. And K-12, they have everything here. If you want to add something from the web, this is the best way if you want to add a web link or something like that, and then it will open it up as a separate slide. Vocabulary, oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? Actually, I get too excited. Vocabulary, these are cool little songs to go along with whatever vocabulary you have teaching in your lesson. And again, K-12, they're catchy and they're really meant to just be engaging for students. 3D, so if you want to add some 3D images, you can click on here and you can add some 3D images. Oh, man. All right, anyway, you can read, so I'm going to just let you go through and read this. The audio slide, if you want to put an audio slide in here, I am going to draw your attention on this one, because if you do this, you can put an audio slide in the middle of your presentation so that as you're going through the presentation, you get to a part and you want to ask your students, could you please upload an audio piece and just tell me what you think so far about what's going on? Or if you could just share your thinking with me right now. And your students can upload audio right there into this Nearpod slide. So super cool. Now, I know I wasn't going to get too deep right now, but let me tell you that any of these slides that are interactive for students that you add into a Nearpod slide that you're creating, all of these you can view in real time. So as your students, if you have 30 students who are all in this presentation that you've created at one time, and they are all doing, they're all adding an audio component at the same time, then you can see a screen that has all of them on there at one time, so you can watch in real time what's happening with your students. So if you see something that you want to intervene with right away, you're able to step right in and correct that student or give that student some extra instruction, whatever you feel is needed at the time. So really, really fantastic. The way that this works is that after you create your slide presentation, you're going to give your students a code, and that makes a copy of your presentation and gives that copy to each of your students. So like I mentioned before, you can use this tool asynchronously or synchronously. So you can set it up so that you can present this as a live presentation where all of your students follow along with you. And if it's a live presentation, they can't move to the next slide until you move to the next slide. And so you're able to track everything that's happening with your students live at the same time. Or you can set it up as student paced and you can push it out there. And then the students go through this at their own pace, where you can still pull reports on all of these interactive pieces. So anyway, really cool. I had to rabbit trail that, I'm sorry, but I got to thinking you probably want to know that context as you're looking at these. Okay, so these are really content slides that you can add into your presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop here for just a second. I'm going to X out and I'm going to give you some time. I want you to go give this a try. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on here, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and back out. Anytime you want to go back home, when you see the Nearpod icon here at the top, if you click on this, this is going to take you back to your Nearpod homepage. Don't click the back arrow because that's within Canvas, but right here within your Nearpod, click on that one. Okay, so what you're going to do then, you have logged in, and you are now in Canvas and you have pulled up Nearpod. You're going to notice that you have lesson in Nearpod. You're going to go ahead and click on that lesson in Nearpod, and you want to upload a presentation. So you're going to go ahead and click on upload a presentation, and you're going to go find it wherever it happens to be, and then you're going to upload it. I'm going to cancel because I already have mine. And then it is going to bring that presentation right into your tools. And so here's mine. Okay, I'm going to click on edit because this is the one I just brought in. And so once you're in here, you have your slide presentation uploaded. You're going to go ahead and click on add slide. And then I just want you to look at these different pieces. So you're going to, if you want to take a look at these PhET simulations, you can go ahead and click on that. Notice you have math and science, and you have all the way from elementary to high school. So you can click on it. You can see what's out there, what's available. If you want to see what these things look like, go ahead and take a click at them. So you can notice how it's got the blue box around it. If you click done, it's going to make a slide for you, or you can click preview so that you can see what exactly that this simulation does. And then once you're in here, you're going to notice that things are interactive for students. And so you might want to change different things, whatever the case may be. You can see what that interactive simulation is going to be for your students. If you pull that up and you think, man, that is really awesome, then you can click done and it's going to make it into a slide. Otherwise, you can click back and then it's going to give you some other options so you can look through, okay? And then if you don't want to make a slide out of it, X out of it, and then it brings you back here. Field trip. Oh, I didn't highlight this one. This is a actual VR field trip. So let's say you're studying bridges in science. And so you can actually click on here and you could add a slide for your students so that they could go out to the San Francisco Bridge and they could go move around and they have 360-degree view of it, whatever. So virtual field trips. And these are really, really cool. Let me just give you a little carrot, a little heads up. You can actually add your own VR field trip into one of these slides. So we'll get to that later. But imagine that you want to create one of these for your students so that they can have a field trip of your classroom. Even though they can't be there, let's go on a field trip. So that's an option that's out there. So that's just a little carrot. That slide will come later. Anyway, what I would like for you to do is to spend some good time, and I just would like for you to upload that slide presentation and then click on add slide, come out here with these content. So you're clicked here on content, look at all these different features. Even if you aren't sure if you'll use it, look at it anyway so that you know it's available. Sometime down the road, something might click and you, oh, wait a minute, that was there. And so you'll know it's here. But play around with these a little bit and see what kind of content is there. When you are finished, what I would like for you to do is to start a Google document for this Nearpod series. So in your Google document, I would like for you to label it Nearpod training and then put video number 1. And after you, I'm going to come back here, after you have uploaded your slide presentation and you have gotten to play around a little bit with those different slides, either take a screenshot of your presentation that you uploaded, or if you want to, when you're out here at your slides and you have been adding, and you added some slides in here, take a screenshot here. Whatever the case may be, just demonstrate that you have uploaded a slide into Nearpod and that you have taken the time to look through all those different slide options under content. And that is going to be your training for today. I'm gonna guess it's going to take you a good half hour or so to look through all those different pieces. But it's really important that you're familiar with those tools and what's available. So that's going to be all for this first tutorial. Don't forget to create that Google document and take your screenshot in there, and that's going to help you so that we can get this entered as clock hours. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow where we are going to talk about the next little bit here, which are the activities. And these are really super fun, engaging activities for students. So that's in the next episode. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you for video number 2. Bye-bye.